All right, boys and girls, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you the proper way that we should be washing our hands. And we should really be washing our hands quite a bit, right? Anytime that we go outside to play and we come back in, we don't wanna bring outside germs into our house, right? We wanna make sure that we're keeping our hands nice and clean all the time, even more than normal around these times. We also wanna make sure that we're washing our hands before we eat, right? Because all those germs that are going to be sticking to our hands, we don't want to be touching our food and then putting them into our mouth, all right? And then they go into our body, which isn't good either, right? Maybe after we eat, if we have any pets like a dog, a cat, a lizard, a snake, anything like that, or a guinea pig, anytime that we play with our pets, we want to make sure that we're washing our hands too. If you're going to be around somebody who's maybe a little bit older, like a grandma, grandpa, or maybe an aunt or an uncle, something like that, who's older than you are, and maybe older than your parents and who are elderly, we want to make sure we're washing our hands then too. If you're going to be around babies or really, really little kids, it's important to make sure that we have clean hands. We don't want to put our hands into our mouth. We don't want to be touching our face too much. All right, so we really have to make sure that we're washing our hands the proper way. We should be washing our hands for at least 20 seconds. And we want to make sure that we're using warm soap, and we want to make sure, warm water and soap as well. So I'm going to show you guys how we should really be washing our hands. And again, that 20 seconds is really, really important. So maybe you want to set yourself a timer. If you have one of those smart speakers like an Alexa, you could always tell her to do that. And that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to say, Alexa, set me a 20-second timer. And then I'm going to start washing my hands. I have my warm water and I have my soap right here next to me. All right, I'm gonna make sure I get lots and lots of soap on there, and then I'm gonna start rubbing my hands together. I wanna make sure that I get both sides of my hands. I wanna make sure that I get both sides of my hands. I wanna make sure that I'm getting all those different areas. Even go up your wrist a little bit, all right? And in between my fingers. Look, that's 20 seconds already, and I can still keep going, right? Alexa, timer off. I want to make sure that I get my nails area too. I don't want to make sure I have hidden germs underneath my nails. So getting in between my fingers and making sure I'm getting lots and lots of soap, getting it really nice and soapy. Turn my water on and then rinse. And then we want to make sure that we're using a clean towel to wash or to dry our hands. So make sure that your towel is nice and clean. If you were maybe cooking before and you use this towel, maybe get a different one. But get your hands nice and clean, and there you go. Now our hands are perfectly good. I can eat. I can do the things I need to do around my house because my hands have no more germs on them.